traditional custodians of the land which we are gathered, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Welcome to the City Infrastructure Committee on the 1st of October, pinch and a punch for the first day of the month. And we'll open the meeting at 10 o'clock. I would like to also advise attendees in the room that this meeting is being webcast and video audio recorded. Attendances and leave of absence. We have two today. We have Councillor Jeremiah. We don't have to do one for Councillor Jeremiah. We have to do one for Councillor Lisa Bradley. Do I have a mover for this leave vote? I do with Councillor Murphy. Councillor Murphy has moved the motion. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Wilcox has second. Does anyone wish to speak to this? Yes, Councillor Lane?
Is there a reason provided for the leave? No.
On the board.
Okay.
I now open the floor to vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That is passed unanimously. The motion has been carried. Now move on to the confirmation of previous committee meeting minutes. There will now be a motion displayed on the screen to confirm the previous minutes. At the minutes of the City Infrastructure Committee held on 3rd of September be confirmed. When you're ready, do I have a mover? Councillor Mayor Raven has moved. Do I have a seconder? Councillor St. Ledger, do any councillors wish to speak to the motion? There being none, I now open the floor to vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That has been carried unanimously. Thank you, councillors. Declarations of conflict of interest. I now refer to the declarations of conflicts of interest. Do any councillors wish to declare a conflict of interest today? There being none, I now refer to the reports on today's agenda. There is no reports on today's agenda. Amazing work, Mr. Director Darryl Riley, for being so efficient. Does anybody have any questions or GB for the Director? Oh, Councillor Lane.
Thank you very much through you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Director, we've got the monthly financial report coming up in the Governance Committee, and there's just a couple of questions that I wanted to ask you about. Given this is a public report, I've got no worries about speaking on it. The current funding for the bus shelter program is likely to run out by the end of the financial year. State government has not yet given any formal indication of any further funding for the program. Without state funding, the program is unlikely to continue. How much do we have left in the kitty to run, and will my local community be serviced by bus shelters?
I'm not across the exact financial figures that we actually have in that report, and I don't have that in front of me at the moment. It is certainly the case that we are engaging with the state around the future of that program. It's been an ongoing program by the state for many years, which we've benefited significantly from in regards to rollout of bus shelters across the city. We would like to think that they will continue that in the future. Obviously, we are running into a state election, and there may be some decisions the other side of that, but we will continue to certainly engage. It's been a good program for council.
Beautiful. My second question is on, as part of this report again, it's got major roads. And I know there's a couple of figures that we just talked about which you think are incorrectly marked on this. But one of them references the funding, the co-funding by state and federal governments. I'm wondering whether I can get a breakdown on the funding that's been provided over the last 4 years for the city, if that's okay.
We can certainly provide that to you across each of the programs which we actually have those in. Yes.
No more questions? Mr. Director, did you find the roads were incredibly quiet on Saturday night? Just gone?
Through you, Mr. Chair, being an avid AFL supporter, I was probably at home watching the AFL, so I'll take it as a yes.
I did drive the road Saturday night. There was no one on them. So thank you, Mr. Raven, the Mayor Raven, for organising that grand final. Concludes us today. So we'll be moving on to the wonderful Councillor Karen Murphy with the world's biggest committee. Oh, the Director would like some GB.
Thank you, Mr Chair. Just to give councillors a heads up that we do have a couple of major reports which will be coming to committee in the next couple of rounds. We will be bringing in the master drainage rehabilitation program, so we've done a fair amount of work on that in regards to changing the way that that program's structured, but we will take the councillors through that and lock in some further work around that. We'll have a bit of a reflection on the work which we've actually been able to achieve over the last 10 years in terms of improving drainage across the city as well. We will also be bringing a report in regards to the natural open drains, which I know the Road Construction and Maintenance Branch has been engaging with councillors on, providing that feedback through to council, and we will also have a few reports around land requirements that we have, but there will certainly be, I guess, some meaty things to get our teeth into before we get to the end of the financial year.
Thank you, Mr Director. We will be ready. I now declare that the City Infrastructure Committee on the 1st of October concluded at 10:05. City governance will be 10:15. Thank you.